And here we are, everyone, now on the formation lap for the season finale here in Straight Line Racing PS4 League. This is season 3, and what a season it has been. Can we end it on a high? We saw qualify, it was wet, but so far for the start of the race it looks to be a dry race. Let's bring the details up on screen of what tyres everyone has selected, and I will take you through the grid. And I'm more than excited to be doing this one for you guys. So, on pole position, as you saw in qualifying, Jack, please shut up, will be the man leading them off from the start. Can he turn that pole into the victory and end the season on a high? Let's hope so, but he'll have to hold off VP Thorium from behind, a man who's performed really well in the last 2 rounds of this season as a reserve driver. And then behind, one of the more experienced drivers than SLR's Friendly Thompson in the Ferrari. What can he do from there? He'll be having a battle with Mercedes. We see Ferrari and Mercedes battle a lot in the real world. Can we see it here in SLR? That'll be Evo in 4th place. Sadly, the game has glitched him back on the grid. Chupa Thingy is in 5th in the Renault. Of course, we used to see Renault having a lot of good fortune years ago. Can they bring it back here in SLR? We hope so, but he's got to fight off from behind the Season 2 champion of Technica, the man who we saw dominate the season, well, not dominate the season, dominate the opening round of the season in Bahrain, winning the race from 15th and last. Behind him is a man who's in his debut season here. Can he end this one on a high? The Pirate is in 7th, Treyarch is in 8th in the Red Bull, 9th is the other Mercedes of 6 seals, Turmis in the other Ferrari is 10th. What can he do? Can he get anywhere near his teammate Frandy? We'll hope so. He and Frandy had a great battle in season finale last season. Hopefully they can do it again here, although it's not quite as crucial. Black November Jr. is 11th, Mocking Weeks is 12th, Technique Gaming is 13th in the McLaren, F1 Mustang 14th, Dino Pedro is 15th, and then someone else is 16th, Griever is 16th. Anyway, we've got the lights on, here we go, 5 lights and out. Did they go? Come on. There we go. That's 5 lights out. The cars eventually get going. They were slow to get away, but Jack was not slow to get away off the start, although he's trying to hold off Thorium, who was looking to make the move on the inside. He doesn't quite do it. Evo there manages to get past Franny. We've got a big crash further back. And who's that going off at the back? I do wonder. There was a Toro Rosso involved in that lot, and it's a Toro Rosso of the Pirate. Oh God, he's not sailing towards the front, is he? He's plumb last, and he's a lonely ship sailing around Brazil. Not good at all. Dino Pedro's down in 15th as well in the Williams. He's had a poor start as well, but Jack in the other Williams is leading, or he's got to hold off Thorium, who's trying to get alongside him on the run up the hilltop to turn 6. Can he get past him? He doesn't. He gets really narrow here. Single file is what I hope to see from all our drivers here, because we all want to make it round to first lap safely. That's the main goal here in races. As Evo, yep, he's still managing to hold on to 3rd place. He's getting a good battle here of a good view of the battle going on at the front, although Frandy is right in his mirrors. So Evo has got a lot to watch in front and a lot to watch behind him, and Treyarch is already over a second behind Frandy in the Red Bull. He's got hold of his teammate Technica, who's right behind. What's Technica going to do? Is he going to use his experience to put off his teammate? Well, he didn't use his experience to beat him in qualifying, because Treyarch actually out-qualified his teammate, causing quite an upset here, not only at the circuit but also in the bookies. And why is Jack weaving there along the start-finish straight at the start of this race? I have no idea. It's a bit late to get temperature into your tyres, mate. Should have done it on a formation lap. But VP Thorium in the McLaren is really chasing him. Here we go, round to 3. DRS not available yet until lap 3, but here we are on lap 2, trying to get the slipstream effect already. Is he going to try and make a move to turn 4? No, he doesn't. He holds off, and the Williams remains in front. Evo's still there, doing a good job in behind. As we know, Evo's fighting to keep his runners-up spot at the moment. He's looking good for it. I mean, he's almost certain to get it anyway, but he would like to do it. He'll be proud to do it anyway and make a good performance out of this final race for seasons. Technica has dropped back another 2 places, although he's trying to take one back off Black November Jr. He does. He's now back up 7th, or is he here? Black November Jr. are fighting it away. Black November Jr. in the Red Bull Junior team, and it's the Red Bull versus the Toro Rosso. Here they are now coming into the tight turn 10, and it's Black November Jr. having the momentum on the outside. No, he's not, and he's got the Ferrari of Turmis right behind as well. So Technica managed to gain 1 place back. I didn't see how he lost those positions, but yep, he has lost a place to 6 seals, and 6 seals in the Mercedes is up into 6th place and trying to challenge Technica's teammate now of Treyarch. Here we goes now, running alongside each other along the start finish straight. This is a crucial battle already, or is it? As the Red Bull nearly puts him in the wall, and the Red Bull has the inside line here. He manages to hold on to 5th place, and that's 5th place there, almost certainly done. But now the Mercedes is going to have DRS on the Red Bull, rounding turn 4, absolutely flying there. Look how close he's to the back of the Red Bull, amazing. But here he goes now, he's alongside inside the Red Bull. He's going to have the inside line going into the tight turn 4. Has got a lot of lock-up braking going on in front of them, but here we go. That's the Mercedes now up into 5th place, and behind him Black November Jr. battling Technica, and Technica's gone off the track again, and now he's lost 8th place now to Turmes, and he's got the Force India of F1 Mustang right behind. Look at the speed of them there. Coming up through turn 6 now, Technica, a disastrous start to this race. This is not the Technica we were used to last season. Technica was absolutely brilliant last season, but it's not over yet. We're still on lap 3. We're only on lap 3 of 36 in this race. We've still got quite a long way to go. Six Seals still in 5th place. He's going to be able to catch Freddie Thompson in front. We'll have to see that. But right now, look at the battle here. The top 3. Jack is still having to hold off Thorium and Evo. It's Williams, it's McLaren, it's Mercedes. Absolutely brilliant here. And now on the start-finish straight, DRS open for the McLaren and the Mercedes. And now will they be hounding that Williams? This is going absolutely crazy at the front. Thorium now takes the lead, or does he? No, he's gone wide. He hasn't got the lead there. He just outbraked himself, and now he's under attack behind from Evo in the Mercedes. Evo, we know how good he is. He can be insane. And here he goes now. DRS wide open, as you saw there from the camera, trying to get alongside the McLaren. So I can't get the best of camera angles here, but here he goes. But with the McLaren on the inside, the McLaren has the momentum, and he just about shoves Evo slightly onto the curbs there, but not too far off the track. And that's the McLaren holding on to 2nd place, and the top 3 stay well safe and don't have much damage to their cars. And in fact, they don't have any damage at all. So it's good here to have clean racing from all these drivers here in the final round. Everyone wants to end the season on a high, but if they're going to do it, they've got to do it properly. Technica is still way down in 9th place, right behind F1 Mustang. Although Mustang now has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. We're only on lap 4, although it was penalties galore almost in Abu Dhabi last week from where the championship was decided. Football fun and winning that football. I know you're watching this, so well done there, my friend. We hope you're having a good holiday out there in Spain. And we also hope to see you next season in season 4. Anyway, as you see on camera there, Technic Gaming on the back of Mustang, but I think we've got to go back to the front because it's all getting intense here. It is. Look, Thorium now, can he get to the inside of Williams? No, he cannot. Just doesn't quite do it. I think Jack was a little bit late on the brakes there, trying to just get a bit of an open gap, but it's not quite worked out for him. But now, here we go, round in turn 3, they've got the DRS open onto the 2nd straight. DRS open for the McLaren and the Mercedes further back, but the Mercedes not close enough this time, and the Williams now still doing a fantastic job up front, just holding off that McLaren. But now on the run up to turn 6 here, this is where you've got to be really careful. Try not to hit the back of the car in front if there is one in front of you, and you just got to follow them single file, as well as here through turn 7 and then turn 8. Looks like a bit of smoke there coming out the back of the Williams. I'm not sure what that is. Could be exhaust fumes, although these cars have much lower emissions since 2014 when we got the electric motors fitted here, turning these into hybrids rather than the naturally aspirated V8s, V10s and V12s we were used to seeing in what feel like the old days now, Formula 1. And now we've got Evo here chasing Thorium. The battle here at the front really is one to watch. I really did hope for a great season finale here, and my oh my, have we got it so far. Oh yes, not quite as close as we were here on lap 3, but still. Evo now, oh, he's gone slightly wide as Evo. That's going to lose him a bit of motivation going down the hill. But Thorium as well, he's also lost a bit of time to Jack. I think they're just going to settle down a bit now, just try not to go too hard on their tyres. But one man who isn't settling down yet is Six Seals. He's still fighting. Is he going to take 4th place from here from Freddie Thompson? He's on the inside. There's a little bit of contact, and the Ferrari does have to try to take avoiding action, but he's been shoved off the track, and that's Freddie now down to 5th place, and Six Seals up to 4th. And can Six Seals now catch his teammate in 3rd place and join the party for the lead? I do hope so. What a joy that will be to watch. 2 Mercs handing a McLaren and a Williams. Absolutely fantastic stuff here in Brazil already, and still there's more happening on track. We've got Turmes as well on the back of Treyarch, the 2 T's, a Red Bull and a Ferrari. Here we go then, one on the super soft tyres and one on the softs. I know I was meant to tell you what tyres they all fitted at the start, but I completely forgot that, even though I started talking about the grid just 2 seconds after I mentioned the tyres. But anyway, out of these 2, we've got Treyarch on the super softs and Turmes on the yellow softs. So Turmes going for the longer run here is the Ferrari, but the Ferrari's going to have to get past this Red Bull here for that to work. And my oh my, has he got a good chance here. In fact, the Red Bull's going into the pits, but Turmes here still has DRS as he was behind the Red Bull, within a second of the Red Bull going through the detection zone. And how long is it going to take now for Turmes to catch Black November Jr. up just in front of him? Black November Jr. is also on the super soft tyres, but up front, look, it's just not getting getting any easier for the Williams up front. Thorium is absolutely hounding that Williams. It's almost pushing him now. And they're going to be alongside each other going into turn 6. Surely not, or is he? No, the Williams, sorry, just holds on. He holds on to his lead. Bit of locking up there here going into turn 7. But Jack, there we go, shuts the door just before turn 8 here. And Evo here as well. He's wanting some of this. And oh, is he going to get some of it though? He's got to be careful, taking a wider line here, going through turn 10. And that actually allows a good cutback here, going down the hill here at turn 10, around turn 11. Look at this. 3 cars, 2 of them alongside each other behind the leader. Evo really getting involved, and Thorium there touching the back of the Williams. He's actually got a bit of damage to the left side of his front wing. He may pit for that actually, and if he does, I think he may take on the medium tyres and try and get to the end. Is he going to pit? Yes, he does. That's a McLaren in. We'll have to see what he does. But now Evo is in second place, and it's now his turn to attack the Williams in front. But let's also see where Thorium feeds in the battle. Where does he feed in place? So we've got the soft tyres and a front wing change as well, which is down to 14th place. Who's going to be ahead of Trauck and Super Thingy? So yeah, it's 14th place now for Thorium. His first target when he comes out will be Dino Pedro and then Griver. But up front here, look, Evo, while we're watching Thorium in the pits there, Evo really attacking that Williams in front. It's not getting any easier. I can't imagine the faces on those of Claire Williams, Sir Frank Williams and Rob Smedley in the Williams garage right now. This is just going absolutely wild here. Oh my. But not only those faces, but the crowds here as well in Brazil. As I said earlier, the nation is watching, we're all watching, and it's certainly a fantastic way to end this season. And yeah, I guess it just gives us a better buzz, a bigger buzz even, for next season on F1 2018. But here we go now, DRS home for Evo, but Jack heads into the pits. And Jack, of course, I'm almost certain will be ahead of Thorium. We'll just have to see where he feeds out. Not got many close battles on track. In fact, yeah, well, we've got one here. Six Seals and Frandy. Frandy's coming back at Six Seals here. Frandy was quick to come back here. Now he's got the DRS on Six Seals too. The run down to turn 4 now. This is a good place there for overtaking here, because the track isn't too banked in the braking zone. It is on the exit the corner, but at that point you're off the brake and on the gas. But Frandy there does not manage to make the move. He didn't even manage to get alongside the Mercedes. I think the Mercedes just has that better traction on the braking than the Ferrari. And the Ferrari remains in third. Of course, Frandy Thompson is on the soft tyres, so he's going for the longer run here. I can imagine Evo will be pitting at the end of this lap. He must be. And I can tell you that Jack is out of the pits. He's ahead of Thorium. Jack has gone for the medium tyres, Thorium for the soft, so interesting to see how they'll get on. Although, was it right? Because now on my screen, I'm starting to see a few raindrops. I mean, surely we don't have to call Cheryl from Girls Aloud and get her to start singing Merry Little Raindrops to you right now. I'm not going to sing it because I don't even know how it goes. But yes, if it does start raining, the crowds will be under their umbrellas. And the teams will have to think on their feet. Like Pinky Dinky Doo, time to think big, I reckon. Frandy here has actually managed to get ahead of Six Seals while I was talking about all that. Thorium has managed to set the fastest lap of the race so far though, 1:11.4 in his McLaren Honda. Thorium currently down in 13th place. Jack is already up to 10th place. So Jack fighting his way up already on the medium tyres. Although the great thing that Jack's done here about the medium tyres is that on a dry track, when it starts to rain and gets slightly wet, the medium tyres work obviously much longer than the super softs. As you just see there, Thorium in the background, Thorium right behind Dino Pedro, struggling to get past. That's the other Williams even. So Thorium not very good friends with Williams today, although he just manages to get past the Williams there on the exit of turn 6, around turn 7, and down the hill now turn 9, and he goes straight back up again. That's the McLaren, yep, up into 12th place. Griver is between Jack and Thorium, and Jack's next target is Mocking Weeks and the Renault. Mocking Weeks here as we ride on board. He's on the super soft tyre. He's going to have to pit as well, I would think, soon enough. And don't see any drivers in the pits yet, non-pitting yet, although we have got Jack here right alongside the Renault on the inside of the track. Mocking Weeks really not putting up too much of a fight here, because he knows that Jack is quicker and that these two are not racing each other. Not for the title, not for the championship, Not even for Ferrari's position. Two different strategies, two different races really now. It's all down to qualifying to decide how well you do in the races here. And that's Jack up to 9th place now. Thorium is in 11th. As Griever has actually lost a few places. I think he might have gone off at the first corner. That's what it looks like he may have done. Look, still we've got some battles here going on. We've got Technica right behind Turmes. Technica and Turmes, two brilliant drivers. Turmes in 5th place in the Ferrari, just trying to hold off Technica's Red Bull. Turmes last season was in the Red Bull, Technica in the Mercedes, but times have changed. Turmes made the move to Ferrari, and Technica and then Technica taking his place in the Red Bull, but Technica now alongside the Ferrari of Turmes, and here we go now into turn 1. It's close here between them, closer than ever, and the Ferrari may have the outside line in turn 1, but the Ferrari manages to stay in front, or does he? Technica goes slightly off the track then, but now got the McLaren of Technic Gaming right behind him, and look at this, almost 3 abreast on this straight. Technica's trying to get to the inside, he was pushed quite to the inside there, but no, he's not made the move, and the Ferrari just about stays in front there of Turmes. So good defending there from Turmes to keep Technica behind, and also Technic Gaming. Technica and Technic Gaming, very similar names, so I just refer to them as the Red Bull and the McLaren. Well, in this situation, maybe so. The Ferrari is in 4th, remains in 4th. We've got the Red Bull in 5th, trying to hold with the McLaren, who's obviously behind, in 6th place. But only 7 seconds behind these two, 7.5 seconds is Jack. Please shut up in the Williams. And meanwhile up front, Evo has not yet pitted, although he has lost half a second on this lap to Frandy Thompson behind him. So, be interested to see when Evo pits, and Sig Seals as well. I'm saying those two names in particular because those two are on the red Supersoft tyres. But here we go now anyway. Technica, he's going to try and make a move on Turmes here for 4th place. Does he? Or does he not? And yes, he has managed to get past him. Turmes now settling for 5th place is what it looks like. Technic Gaming now in the McLaren. He's right behind the Ferrari. I'm sure he fancies a go at the prancing horse, but Turmes now has the DRS because he's behind the Red Bull, going through the detection zone. But now, oh look at this, the McLaren on the inside of the Ferrari, although he's quite slow there on the inside of the corner. Technica goes wider just ahead of him, but Technica is in 4th place now, but the battle behind him is not decided. Turmes actually pushing Technic Gaming right to the edge, and that's Turmes just holding on to 5th place, although he has lost 4th place to Technica. Excuse me everyone. And Jack is not far off these two now. He's getting over a second on the last lap on these drivers battling here. And once he catches them, he's not going to want to lose too much time, because only 2 seconds behind him, look, is Thorium. And between them is F1 Mustang. Thorium is not letting Jack get out of his sights. Currently 7th, 8th and 9th, these three here that you see on screen. Thorium now on the inside of F1 Mustang. And that's the move easily done there at the final braking zone. So I've got Jack in 7th and Thorium in 8th. And the way the timings go, these two are still the net leaders. Well, F1 Mustang has pitted, he's behind these two, so that's the matter to them at all. Mocking Weeks in 11th has also pitted. And still the battles rage on towards the front. We've actually got Sig Seals, Technica and Turmes battling now. And Technic Gaming as well. Technica there almost making a move on Turmes, but just further up the road is Technica going to make a move here on Sig Seals in turn 6, or is he not? We saw obviously Sig Seals drop back quite a lot to get into the clutch to this lot, although he hasn't lost the place yet. In fact, wait, yes he has. Technica has got past up into 3rd place now. And the Mercedes and Sig Seals now under pressure from the Ferrari right behind him of Turmes, who in turn is also under pressure from the McLaren of Technic Gaming. My oh my, Mercedes, Ferrari, McLaren. Haven't we got some brilliant successful teams here, even battling it away. Successful teams, manufacturers, whatever you want to call them, all got brilliant racing pedigree. Well, of course Red Bull's not a manufacturer, but you get me, yeah, you get me. So here we go now. Are any of these drivers going to go to the pits? Yes, they do. Six Hills goes to the pits. Technica stays out, as does TurboMS and Technic Gaming. And Technic Gaming here trying to make a move on the Ferrari for 4th place. He's on the inside. Although once again, TurboMS having some good traction on the outside. Is it going to be enough? We'll have to see. So TurboMS here now along the outside, going around the long turn 3. And he just manages to get back in front again of Technic Gaming, proving my point that he does seem to have good grip around the outside of the track on those yellow soft tyres. Must just be the setup he's got on that car. TurboMS must have higher front wing than the McLaren behind him. But yeah, I say it's behind him because he is behind him. F1 Mustang has retired from the session as he had an accident somewhere. Well, he's gone off the track and has chosen to retire. Six Hills here, just coming out ahead of Treyarch now. Six Hills, 9th place, and it's a good battle here between him and the other Red Bull. Dino Pedro's just in front of them, and he's forced to the outside. It's the Red Bull by Six Hills. The Red Bull will not be impressed with that. And as you can see there, Adrian Newey and Christian Horner really not impressed by that, as there's a Force India off there as well. In fact, that'll be the one of Mustang, so that'll disappear soon, I'm sure. Dino Pedro losing out to these two. He actually slowed down and let this lot past. I don't know why. And Technic Gaming, meanwhile, look, he's fighting the Ferrari again. Technic hasn't yet pitted either, but here we go now, the McLaren right on the inside of Ferrari. This is absolutely titanic battle, and yes, we're not even halfway through this race yet, I believe. We still got 20 laps to go after this one, and the Ferrari there just sliding a little bit there around turn 1, and that is the McLaren now up into 4th place. Can he catch the Red Bull of Technica? Will be some story if he could, some story if he couldn't, because we know now that that Evo up front is still yet to pit, and he's gone way over his pit window suggests. His pit window was in laps 11 and 14th, but Evo has exceeded that. We're now on lap 16. Evo's still doing okay though, although he is 1.6 seconds only ahead of Franny Thompson, so Franny is getting a little bit of time slowly on him in the last few laps, but still the Mercedes doing a reasonably good job up front. Although he is only 12 seconds ahead of 6th place man and pole sitter Jack. Although he's only that going to change, because Jack now is right behind TurboMS, and this is going to be another battling turn starting. Will TurboMS decide to let them go or not? We'll have to see, because Thorium's also right behind Jack, so it's going to be a pretty good scrap here. Thorium and Jack are on a mission. They're on the same mission to get to the front, but they're not working together, they're against each other. And here he goes now anyway. Jack is alongside the Ferrari. It's the Williams versus Ferrari going into turn 1. We've seen Williams and Ferrari battle a lot over the years, making history in Formula 1. TurboMS there along the outside, he's actually shoving Jack, almost wheel locking there, and the Williams there on the inside at turn 3. The McLaren there picking up the slipstream as well from the Williams as well, just behind. He's trying to get through a tiny gap there between the Williams and the Ferrari. The Ferrari losing out massively to these two rapid drivers, but that's Jack now up to 5th, which is the net lead now, of course, and Thorium up to 6th, but Thorium isn't finished yet. Thorium's wanting to take the net lead. At the moment, he's only a net 2nd, but can he go round the outside here at turn 6? Surely not. And just remember these two, you can see it on your screen as well, that these two are on different tyre compounds, so it's going to be interesting to see which one, makes the better result, really. And as Thorium there hits the back of Jack, only a light tap, but still did it. As we know, we don't want any big damages, big crashes here in this race. We just want it to be a lot of fun and games. But as you can see now, the raindrops on camera are getting thicker. Starting to show better, these raindrops. And now it really is starting to rain here, just like it was in qualifying. It really is going absolutely crazy here up front, as Franny Thompson now decides to pit. Evo has not, and he's still out there. I dread to think what the wear percentage is on those tyres, and I dread to see what's going on inside the helmets of these two drivers, are Technica and Technic Gaming. Technic Gaming now up in 2nd place, or is he? He brakes hard, he locks up into turn 1, and now he's colliding with Technica, and Technic Gaming's facing the other way around, and he's having to do a donut to get back. But luckily, Franny Thompson did the pits, he won't be hitting him. Six Hills isn't too far away, but Six Hills won't hit him. But is that going to cost him now? Franny Thompson and Technic Gaming are going to be so close, and I think Technic Gaming's just ahead. Yes, he is. He's got quite a gap, and Six Hills as well. Not able to get ahead of Franny Thompson. Franny Thompson, well indeed, in 7th place. But that was a battle there, and I wanted to show us to go to look into that one. Although, of course, we won't be able really to make any penalties after the race, so this one, I think it's just about clear racing. But look at this, Technica really struggling now on those tyres, and Thorium's right on the inside of him. Thorium hasn't got the Williams to battle. In fact, Thorium has passed the Williams after all that was going on. I think Oh no, Thorium and Technica, they've gone off as well. So Technica has now gone off in another way, and that is Jack well indeed in his lead now. And he takes back what is his net lead as Evo heads into the pits. So Jack, I think now, well in clean air, because the Mercedes in front of him is pitting as it needed to. Turmes behind is yet to pit. I think Turmes is going to pit now. He does not. And Thorium's actually retired from the session. Absolute devastation there. So a celebration turned to commiseration in just one lap there from Thorium. He got the net lead, and then he lost it when trying to pass someone who he ain't really racing. But Technica was wanting to show that he's still a good driver, and that he does not want to settle for being a back marker, if you like, or a midfield runner. Technica, interestingly, has not pitted after that, despite having quite a lot of wear on his tyres. He's also well exceeded his pit window, as it suggests. But wow, oh wow. Technic Gaming has also chose to retire, and that is two McLarens retired in the same lap after they were both running so well. Oh dear. Eric Boulier, who's just left McLaren of course in the real world, but Zach Brown and Ron Dennis, disappointed. McLaren have had some good results here at Interlagos over the years, but sadly this is not to be one of them. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. No, I'm just hearing now actually through my headphones on radio, Technic Gaming very angry at Technica saying, you did it again, you did it again. Yeah, rough racing between those, but as we know, if you're a big motor racing fan, you'll know the phrase, and you'll probably agree with it. If it ain't rubbing, it ain't racing. Turmes pits now, by the way, and Friendly Thompson, his teammate, passes him. That's Friendly Thompson now, actually, up into second place. And Technic Gaming, I can hear through my headphones once again screaming, is it fun taking people out? Well, I think I'm going to leave those two to have a go of it themselves, really. Evo now, after all that, is in third place. I think we can calm down a little bit now. Although Technica has spun himself. Technica has spun, and I think he's going to be retiring soon. He's not pitted, although he should have done at least 2 laps ago. Here comes Mocking Weeks now anyway. He's going to quickly see that Red Bull. But yep. Man. It could have been a much better race, this. But sadly not. Ends in disappointment. Team McLaren's out, and the Team McLaren's having some really good battles we saw then. Gives me a chance to get my voice back anyway. Technica, by the way, now gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Although I really don't think he gives the monkeys regarding that now. He's yet to pit, and he's in 10th place. Could have been much higher. Mocking Weeks has slid off the track him, and it is getting slippery out there now because of the rain. And I think more pit stops are going to get underway as Technica has just spun again. Look, is it fun taking people out? Well, he's taking himself out really here, isn't he? And here comes Stupid Thingy around the corner in the other Renault. I mean, he's going to get past. I've just heard VP Thorium come through my headphones saying I was having fun. Well, yeah, I guess if you weren't fighting for the title and not really much in the championship, I guess you can just think, oh well, forget it, just have some fun. Just have fun while you're still here. And while you've still got your PSN Online membership, your PS Plus membership even. I certainly enjoyed it, and I'm sure you viewers did as well. The crowd certainly did. They were going wild. I could hear them, even though my doors and windows are shut here in my commentary box. This is certainly one to remember. Oh my, oh my. I mean, hopefully we can see more stuff like this next season. Technica has finally made a decision to retire just as he's in the pits. I think he chose to retire while in the pits just so he's not in the way of everyone on track. Fair enough. Chupathigui's gone off the track there as well. So yeah, it's a much calmer race now, although we may have another battle happening on track here soon enough. This is between the the Toro Rosso of Black November Jr. and the Ferrari of Turmes, who we saw earlier. Quite a different battle to what Turmes was having earlier. And the Pirate in the other Toro Rosso as well is closing on these. So the two Toro Rossos are going for the Ferrari. It's going to be interesting. Let's have a look. Let's see what happens. As now we look at Jack in the Williams. He's up front still on the medium tyres, doing well. Hasn't changed to intermediates or wets just yet. Although there really doesn't need to at the moment. Track's still not wet enough to be doing any of that. So we look now, he's lapping the... Oh wow, overtaking the Renault into the pits. That's pretty impressive. Overtaking Chipperthing in the pits. So yeah, Jack I think now has made the wise decision to change to wet tyres. Freddie Thompson interestingly has not, although he only recently pitted for the mediums, which is still in good shape. Check there. Don't get his served just yet, he's having his penalty. Although, strangely enough, he's not took the wet tyres. And neither has Chupathingi. Chupathingi's took the red super soft dries, and Jack has took the yellow softs. That's pretty weird. What's the entire graphic even agrees with it, so don't know where it's all going on. Although Jack is feeding into the battle here actually. He's behind Termus and Black November Jr. So Termus has managed to pass Black November Jr., which we didn't see sadly. Apologies for that everyone, but well, we've seen plenty of battles already here, haven't we? Enough to get me screaming my flipping head off. And now Jack November Jr. there going on the inside. Sorry, Jack November Jr. What am I on about? Jack on the inside of Black November Jr. for 6th place. Quickly gets past, just as he quickly lost the place. And now he's on the back of Termus. Termus was so used to being the one fighting for the lead, but how things change. Yep, just happens really, doesn't it? And it's Freddie Thompson going to the end on those mediums. If he is, I'd be interested to see now how close Jack can get to him before the end. But that's if Jack here can pass Freddie's teammate of Termus. And that's right here, right now. And yep, the Williams finally gets past the Ferrari on a softer compound tyre. I think the Williams now can pull away. He's got a gap of 6 seconds to the car in front, and that's Treyarch's Red Bull. Treyarch doing an okay job. Let's just have a look at the position changes anyway on screen. So here we go with Frandy and Evo respectively up 2 places from their grid spots. They started 3rd and 4th, they're now 1st and 2nd, the Frandy and Evo. 2.46 between those two. 6 Seals up 6 places from ninth to 3rd. Treyarch up 4 places from 8th to 4th. And the pole sitter Jack is now down in 5th. He's down 4 places. Termus also down. Sorry, Termus up 4 places even from 10th place. The only man to have not changed position right now from where he started is the Pirate, who's in 7th. And Black November Jr. has actually pitted again for medium tyres. I would assume he's pitted looking at that gap. My apologies everyone for a bit of tiredness. Been doing a lot this weekend, last few days, been very busy. And wish me luck tomorrow. I've got a driving assessment on the roads, so I best get a good night's sleep tonight and a coffee in the morning, I think. And there he goes now, mocking weeks in the pits in the Renault. What tyres is he going to be taking on in his Renault? He's taken the red Super Softs, looking to hopefully set the fastest lap of the race. That would be a good way to end the season, wouldn't it? Fastest lap. Guess that's what most drivers try and do when they realise they've got nothing more to gain or lose. Yeah. Still no large battles going on at the moment. Still, this race has been an absolute joy to commentate on. It's a shame we haven't had Billy Zebra, as we call him. You know, the director of Racing Stripes TV, not broadcasting this. Still not heard from him. In fact, well, if I check my phone now, is there anything? Nope. Nothing there. It's a real shame that. But we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm sure Billy will still be with us next season. We hope everyone to have the same commentary lineups for next season as we have at this point of this season. So There'll be myself, Ash Dawson. We'd have Billy Zebra of Racing Stripes TV as well for Tier 1. Also Mr. Owen Wyatt. And the host of SLR, Mr. Nathan Lane, who we call Nene. Yes. Brilliant, really. In fact, we have got another battle here. Look, we've got Jack, please shut up, on the back of the Red Bull of Treyarch. This might as well be for position here, because Jack is on a comeback. Sorry, I accidentally knocked the button to change the camera there, but Jack has managed to pass the Red Bull already before DRS is even activated. Although Treyarch does get the DRS even. Of course, doesn't really get much effect from it going into turn 1, but is he going to be able to get something from it on the run down to turn 4? I don't think so. Track quite wet there on turn 2, because you go down the hill and that's where all the water will end up. But no, track conditions still okay for the dry tyre, despite the raindrops we're seeing on screen now. Unless all these drivers are just absolutely brilliant and weathering the storm, as they say. Today, of course, was the British Grand Prix. I'm not going to say the result in case you haven't seen it, but in 2008 we saw Lewis Hamilton weathering the storm there, winning the race by over a minute ahead of Nick Heidfeld and Rubens Barrichello, who rounded off the podium that day. Michael Schumacher in Spain 1996 at the Circuit de Catalunya, winning that race in the wet by over a minute as well. It was a dry race for him. He was absolutely flying. But yeah, it's not been quite the same story here. Although we're still watching the gap here between Jack and Frandy. The gap now between Jack and Frandy is 13.9 seconds. Can Jack catch him with 8 laps to go after this one? So 9 laps including this. Frandy here down at turn 4. And Jack just rounding turn 3 now. I don't think he's going to get him for the moment. I really don't think he's going to get him. I mean, we know what happened last season, don't we? Frandy Thompson won the season finale last season, and that got him second place in the championship. I mean, as the results stand here now, Frandy Thompson will be finishing in he'll be finishing in 7th place ahead of Silverstar, who we saw early on in the season doing really well. Hopefully he'll be back for next season. He's certainly high up in the table to have the choice, high enough to be allowed the choice of racing next season. Gap now, by the way, 0.6 of a second shorter than before, so Jack still, you know, delivering well for Williams. He's got Termas off his back, and Jack just 3 seconds now behind Six Seals is Mercedes, who in turn is battling away with Evo. In fact, no, it isn't. That's lapped Renault in front of him. My apologies. That's the lapped Renault of Chupathingi. Oh look, no, Jack's gone off. Jack's gone off. Oh dear. So Jack, with that extra pit stop, I think, may have to admit defeat here. Not going well, is it? Unless the track's getting more slippy because of the rain. I mean, that can change anything. It really can. If we look here, we've got the battle up front between Frandy and Evo. 1.1 seconds between the two drivers here. And from where Termas is, Evo is now almost guaranteed to that. If in fact he is, if Evo is to not finish this race, well, if Evo is to score no points, Termas would have to win the race to take the runners-up spot. And Evo almost certain now to claim the runners-up spot. He'll be very happy with that, as will the people at Mercedes, Toto Wolff and Niki Lauda as well. As well as more senior people such as Norbert Haug and Dr. Dieter Zech as well, parts of the team, James Allison as well. James Allison, of course, used to work for Ferrari, but due to personal reasons was unable to keep on travelling to Italy for work, and needs to spend more time in the UK with his family, so therefore he can work with Mercedes instead. But yep, James Allison, a very well respected man in the Formula 1 paddock, and is seen on the TV quite a lot by the fans at home, and also very popular with the fans who attend the event. Some like to get a picture with him, even though he's just there to be a man doing the technical part of the job, not on track trying to gain the fans. But still, almost any job you have in Formula 1, you can get attention, you can get fans, although there's always lovers and haters everywhere. But look at the gap here now, it's come down between the Mercedes and the Ferrari. Could we have a big battle here for the lead in the last 5 laps of this race? Absolutely fantastic. We've got 6 laps now, including this one that just started. Is it going to be 6 laps of mayhem at the front? It really is. I really don't want to take my eyes off this one, because my oh my, can anything happen here? Despite the rain falling, although it's only light, and it's actually starting to ease off now as the rain, which is good to see. It looked like it was easing off from that camera angle, but from this one here, it doesn't appear to be. But DRS still enabled anyway, despite that. And that Mercedes is actually having a better run through the faster corners. That Mercedes is doing quite alright. Freddie Thompson, yes, he won the season finale last season in Abu Dhabi, but that wasn't easy for him. He had to battle Turmes and Technica to get that. I think it was Technica he had to battle as well as Turmes, but anyway, Friendly here. If anyone's wondering what Freddie Thompson's real name is, it is Thomas Jacobson Stock, or Stocky, something like that. What a name though, eh? I don't know where Friendly came from. Friendly likes brandy. Who knows anyway. 5 laps to go now, and the battle at the front still undecided. The Mercedes here still closing in on the Ferrari. In fact, with the DRS, no, he's going to hit him. Oh, he has. He just makes contact on the inside at turn 1, and the touch again on the run down to turn 2. And the battle still rages on, and we've got DRS once again from the Mercedes on the run down here to turn 4. This is a chance now. This is where you can make a move. Is he going to try and go to the outside? It's not. Freddie Thompson parks his car in the middle of the track and says, no, this is my track, this is my lead. You ain't having it, Evo. I'm on the amazing evolution today. But no, Friendly just pushing him again towards the outside at turn 6 there, just to give him a better run around turn 6 near into turn 7. The Mercedes having to cope and just hold further back. Gonna have to wait again for another chance to pass the Ferrari. And if you look there, Evo there with his special helmet for this weekend, a Senna-esque helmet you could say, with the yellow and green stripes from Brazil. Such in tribute there to Ayrton Senna, driver who was loved by many fans not just here in Brazil but also around the world. A man who has won here before. I think Ayrton Senna at least won 3 times here. I'm not sure how many times, but he has won here before in the McLaren. I'm not sure if Freddie Thompson or Evo has won here before in any league racing. If they have, and I knew it, I would say, but I wouldn't be able to say what league it is. But anyway, Evo still chasing the Ferrari with the DRS open. 4 laps to go now. Still undecided. Are we going to have a photo finish here at Interlagos to end the season on a high? Be some story if we could, some story if we didn't, because Freddie Thompson has done really well here. In fact, they've got a back marker just coming up to them here. This is the back marker of Gruyver in the Haas. I think it's a Haas. It is a Haas. Let's have a look. Yes, it is. Freddie here actually pulled out a few tenths of a second there on this lap so far. Well, I think Evo's still within the DRS range of the Ferrari. It's about 9 tenths of a second, so the furthest away you can possibly be before you're out of it. But yeah, DRS, there it is. He's opened it, he's activated it, and on the run up to turn 1 now, up the hill here, and then braking hard, holding to the outside. Then you turn left to try and do it as late as possible, but also get a good apex. And then down the hill now through turn 2, try not to take too much curb on the inside or the outside, especially when it's wet like it is now. Is anyone going to pit for wet tyres here? I'm not sure. I wouldn't think so. And Evo here still struggling to catch Freddie Thompson now. 3 laps to go. And I'll tell you, I have seen a few things here in my time commentating as Gruyver there gets out the way of both these drivers. Very good of him there. Good job that the battle's not decided by a back marker. It has happened before. And it's not really a great sight when it does happen, although there is another back marker up the road. That is Dino Pedro, although his car is ghosting because he's just left the session. So Dino Pedro there, retiring from the race in the Williams. Although I think he'll still be given 10th place unless Grivec can catch his ghost car and overtake it. As they come up the hill now to start the penultimate lap. And I think Friendly actually may get DRS from that ghost car. He does. Friendly Thompson very cheekily gets the DRS from the Williams, the ghosting Williams. And although Evo still managed to get the DRS as well. 2 laps to go now here. It's still not over yet. And Friendly actually, I think, went slightly wide there on the exit of turn 2. We've got a car just coming out of the pits there. That is the Toro Rosso of the Pirate. He's just behind these two, so it's okay there. And we've got another back marker coming up as well. That's the Renault of Mocking Weeks. Will they catch them there by the end? I think they might do, considering the pace these two drivers have in the middle sector. But look at this now, gap down to just half a second once again. And it's Evo still pursuing that Ferrari in front. Can the Silver Arrow strike the prancing horse and turn it over? Who'd have thought Mercedes versus Ferrari would be the way we end the season in an online PS4 league? I really think that, yes, it's the real world of F1 at the moment. And 2018 so far this season been absolutely amazing. As Evo has a little bit of a tax lapper there on the exit of the turn 10, but just gets round it okay, and also passes Mocking Weeks okay, who very well respectively let these two past. As here we go now, the run up the hill, ready to start the final lap of this race, the final lap of the season. It's been a great season. Hopefully it's a great lap to finish this. Friendly Thompson started in 3rd place in this race. Seemed pretty satisfied with that. He felt he could have done more, and I thought he could. Evo felt he could have done more than 4th, but never mind. And these two are safe from Jack, by the way. Jack in the Williams is way down in 3rd place. Well, I say way down. He's in 3rd place, but over 10 seconds behind him with back markers in between. So unless these two take each other out, Jack will not be winning this race from pole. He'll be a bit disappointed in that, but never mind. It's not been the worst of seasons for him. Not been the worst season for anyone, really. Although Technica, I'm sure, felt he could have done more. Technica, of course, has retired from this race. Gap now at the front has gone over a second. Bit disappointing. We may not see the photo finish that we all wish to see, that Evo wished to see, but as the winner. So unless Friendly here makes a mistake, which I don't think he will, because Friendly, as I say, very experienced driver, really knows how to drive a car on the PS4. And you there saw just Evo go slightly wider through downhill turn 11. But anyway, up the hill now, Friendly Thompson takes the penultimate apex, and he's going to take the last. He's already weaving there before the line. Don't do that on a slippery track. But Friendly Thompson now crosses the line and wins the Brazilian Grand Prix and ends the season on a high here in Straight Line Racing. Well done, Friendly, and that is you now up into 4th place, I think, in the championship. Well done, you've done so well, and that's Evo a close second behind. Jack failed to win this race from pole, but never mind, he's 3rd, and Thomas in the other Ferrari is 4th. So Friendly Thompson doing exactly what he did last year, winning the race at the penultimate round, and Friendly Thompson doing both of them for Ferrari. Ferrari, a very proud team to have Thomas Jacobson Stocky in their team. There's Treyarch crossing the line, as I can hear through my radio. Grazie ragazzi from Friendly Thompson. Treyarch crosses line in 5th. Good performance from him in the Red Bull, up 3 places as well. 6 Seals finishes 6th from 9th, and the last lead lap car on track is the Toro Rosso of Black November Jr., and he'll be here across the line 7th place after starting 11th. So it was very good, and I will try and bring you the final standings, and it's Football Final, of course, your champion. So well done, Football, watching this. Very well done. Evo is 2nd in the Mercedes. Santogisto 3rd. In fact, no, he's not. Santogisto is not 3rd. He's lost that from Termas. Termas has stolen 3rd place. So Termas, everyone, wins the battle for 3rd place. Well done. It's a shame Santogisto couldn't be here, because we know how great a driver he is. But let me just tell you the race result after we see the drivers on screen. Freddie Thompson, I can tell you now, yep, he has finished the season actually 7th place, and that is 7th place with a total of 92 points, and that's 15 points off last season's champion Technica, although he's been much closer to Technica this season than he was last season. The gap was nearly 100 points at the top, considering the domination that Technica had. Wasn't quite to be this year, but hopefully he can come back next season and perform better for Red Bull, unless he moves to yet another different team. 3 different teams, 3 different seasons, who knows. But anyway, there were your drivers on the podium celebrating. So we'll just give you the rundown of the top 10 in this race. Well, no, we'll do the whole lot, why not? The Norwegian driver Freddie Thompson wins in the Ferrari from 3rd, and then behind him is Eva in the Mercedes. Tried to catch him to the end, although the gap at the line was just 9/10 seconds, so very close between those two. Jack Please Shut Up failed to win the race from pole. He finishes 3rd. Turmus finishes 4th, and in there manages to finish 3rd in the championship from 10th to 4th in this race, so he had to work for it, did really well. Treyarch finishes 5th, and of course Sig Seals 6th, and lastly lap car Black November Jr. was 7th. Then it was the Pirate, the Greek driver, the other Toro Rosso in 8th, Mocking Weeks 9th, Griever is 10th, Chupadinky 11th, I was about to say Lance Stroll there in 12th. No, it wasn't, my apologies, it's just that drivers who've left the session. It goes to the real life driver name for that car. But anyway, this was a good way to end the season. It was an honour to commentate on this. I'm sorry I couldn't be with you all throughout this whole season, but I hope to be with you for more races on Season 4 on the F1 2018 game when that gets released later this month. Thank you very much everyone for watching, and we will see you in the new era. Goodbye for now.